Alright, so I'm in a new place. I've left my hometown, Gwangju, and today and yesterday I'm in a place called Ganghwa. It's an island actually, just close to Incheon, close to Seoul, and in Korean it's called Ganghwa, where I am right now. It's very peaceful as you can see. And I thought I'd film a video here. So I've left my hometown Gwangju. I've said all the farewells. I've spent a good nearly 4 weeks in Gwangju before leaving. And I've come up here for a few nights. We went to another baseball game. We won this time 5-4. It was a game that was tied 1-1, and the opponents, they scored 3 runs, so it was 4-1. We were losing 4-1. About halfway through the game, we caught up to 4-3, and then we scored 2 more runs, 5-4, and 1 in the end. And honestly, it might have been just the best baseball game I've ever seen in my entire life. The ground just shook, and I was having so much fun. So, baseball, the first game we lost 7-1, second game we won 5-4, and I could leave in peace in terms of baseball in South Korea. So this time around, we visited a lot of new places in Korea with family and friends. Like Ganghwa here, I've never been here before. This is my first time here, and we've done so many fun things that I'll mention soon. But back in around my hometown Gwangju, we went to the countryside as well around there and did a lot of new things. We saw a lot of nature, which I really, really loved. And because it's so much more peaceful here, after 4 weeks in a loud, busy street with cars everywhere, dodging cars, like I'm getting used to this. And I have I feel at ease here. I can hear that tractor in the back. I can hear the birds in those trees. And it's solitude. So Ganghwa, it's an island, and there's a lake in between North Korea and this island in South Korea. So yesterday we went to we went to a lookout where we could see North Korea across the lake, and that was quite surreal. I've never seen North Korea up close like that, and even though it was about I think it was about 4.6 k's across the lake where the distance was the closest, from that lookout it felt so near, and made me think a lot. And here today we did even more wonderful things. Like this morning we went up to a mountaintop, did a 360 lookout of Ganghwa, and then we came down the mountain with on a luge. So it's not like the luge that the Olympians do. It's just like a kind of like a race car looking luge. So we came down the mountain on that. So that was quite fun. It's my first time doing that, and coming down and having the view, seeing some of the lake, ocean around here. The farm. And by the way, these farms right now, they're not flooded. It's just this season where they're engulfed in water. Intentionally. Let's go this way. I have to be able to find my way back home. So actually, let's go this way. So after the luge ride down, we went to a old 60s, 70s market. Had some something to snack on there. And then we went to a Spain village where the cafes, restaurants, a bakery, a lookout that was designed to imitate Spanish architecture. And I'm telling and not showing you all these fun things I did yesterday and today. But that's because I wanted to enjoy my short time in Ganghwa instead of it's fun to vlog, but I also thought it's time with family and I'm just gonna enjoy it as it is and not walk around with this camera having to pay attention to my surroundings, being careful and talking and trying to make it fun. So I thought I'd take a break and but film a video here where I just reflect on my time here because I've only got about a week left here. And tomorrow I'm leaving Ganghwa. We're gonna spend some time in Seoul, in the capital city of South Korea. And overall, this whole trip, I've been able to reconnect with not just people, but with my young self. Because, of course, with baseball, I've talked a lot about baseball, but also with drums. Look, about just a little over 10 years ago, I learned to play drums. And, actually, I walked past that place in one of my videos, which was what it's like to grow up in a Korean neighborhood video. And there, I went back there a couple times, spent lots of time with my music teacher. And he's a character himself, but look, he gave me a rundown of the whole basics of drums, so I could really spend I think the second time I went there, I was there from about 3 till 9. So I spent 6 hours playing drums with him and that was a blast. Right, my right arm is surprisingly getting sore. I think it might have been the luge ride. But there's the sun. So concluding, overall, during this trip, I think my favorite part about it all, other than of course spending time with family, my grandmas, had the emotional farewell with them, with my grandmas, and my other favorite part about this trip was doing this. I'm not talking about vlogging, but coming to the quieter parts of South Korea and taking a break from my life back in Australia. And what really energized me was going to see the biomes in Korea, because of course it's winter in Australia right now and it's summer, well, it's the beginning of summer here, and learning so many new things about Korean nature. That's really impressed me and taken me by surprise. This city, I did not expect to do all those fun things that I mentioned before here. The amazing family that are hosting us here just really made this today and yesterday mind-blowing. I've felt so at ease here, as I mentioned before. This is the closest I've felt like I'm in Australia on this island, because when I was in the bigger city before, you wouldn't have to drive. Well, of course you drive around a lot, but here you'd actually have to drive half an hour, 40 minutes to get to a nice restaurant. You'd have to cross a bridge. You'd have to cross a lake. You'd have to you'd have to look at mountains as you're driving to get to the next place. And those moments are when I feel like I'm taking a moment to breathe. And yeah, I genuinely think this place might be my favorite place that I've come to during this trip to Korea. And here, I had a moment of dreaming this morning where I thought, I like this place so much that I would actually consider living here. Of course, I've only spent 2 days here, and there's a lot more to explore. But yeah, that just crossed my mind earlier today, and I still feel the same way. But the amazing Ganghwa, and this is just also the country. This island is the countryside of South Korea, but here it's a lot quieter as well. But wrapping it up, I thought I'd make this update and also reflect. And I'll film a bit more when I'm in Seoul. Hopefully I can show what Seoul's like to you. But this has been a wonderful time in Ganghwa, so I highly recommend it. I'm sorry that I'm saying these things instead of having vlogged them, but 상쾌합니다. 상쾌 means refreshing. In Korean, 상쾌합니다 means refreshing, and this is very refreshing. The smell of grass. Thank you for watching. Thank you especially if you followed my journey here. See you around.